Hi, this is Michael Birnbaum. Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to look at the library module left panel and module panel on the right. What I'm going to do is first double click on this metal so that I move into the loop view. Now let's look at the navigator first. In the navigator, you'll also see a vision of the loop view. And on the top to the right is the ability to zoom in on a particular area of the loop view. Now, if you push the up-down triangles, you can go into a higher zoom or you can go into a zoom out. So let's just zoom in, let's say 2:1. The next is the catalog. The catalog gives us information about all of our photos, how many are in this catalog. Imagine having 64,000 photos in this catalog. It tells us what we're presently working with and what our previous import was. In our case, all of our photos were in the previous import. The next is the folders. In the folders, we get information about our hard drive and the folders that have photos. So as an example, if I were to click on the LR5 underscore images folder, I will see 26 images if I go down to my grid view. Okay, now let's take a look at what collections are all about. Collections are groupings of the photos the way we would like to see them grouped. So as an example, suppose we wanted to group our birds into a collection. What we would do is click on our first image and then command click on our second image and our third image. Then what we would do is go to the plus sign opposite the word collections and choose create collection. And we have to give that collection a name. Since this is about birds, we'll call it birds. And we want to include the photos we've already selected, so we check the Include Selected Photos box. And then we choose Create. When we do that, you'll notice that there's now a bird collection located under the Collection tab. And in that collection are the 3 birds we selected. Let's go back to our folder and let's create a collection of frogs. So we're going to click on our first frog and command click on our second frog, and we're going to go to the plus sign opposite collections and choose create collection. And we're going to include the selected photos. So now I forgot to name the collection, so let's name it here. We right click on the word, we type in rename, and we're going to call this collection frogs. So now we have a frog collection and a bird collection. And of course we have our 26 photos in our folder collection. So that's the purpose of collections. The Publish Services allows us to publish our photos to either our hard drive, to Beyonce, to Facebook, Flickr, and to any other services we want to find online. Now let's view the module panels on the right-hand side. We start off with the histogram. Let's select the metal again. You'll notice the histogram gives us a display of distribution of pixels, this edge being black, this edge being white, our highlights and midtones. And so what this is showing us in this particular image is that most of the information contained in this image is located on the dark side of the histogram, with very little of it being displayed on the right, which is the white. So we could go into Quick Develop, which is the next module, and normally we would be working on our photos in the Develop module, which is very more robust than what we see here. But let's just try it out. So suppose we observe when we go to the loop view that this image is very dark and we want to add some whiting exposure to it. So we click on the right arrow and you'll notice it gets exposed lighter and lighter and lighter until we get to the point where we like our image. And so this is just a quick way to go after exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks, clarity, and vibrance. But normally we would be doing our development on our photo in the Develop module. We also have two panels, one called Keywording and Key List. We're going to explore those more when we get to ratings and filtering of our photos. With respect to metadata, that contains information about our photo. And let's set up a metadata of copyright for our photos. So we're going to click on the preset up-down arrows, and we're going to choose Edit Presets. That brings up our Edit Presets menu. And what we're going to do is we're going to enter in our copyright information. So Option G is the copyright symbol for a Mac. So I'm going to push Option G. And I'm going to choose my name. Copyright status, we're going to say it's copyrighted. Rights usage, we'll say please request usage. And then finally, creator, we're going to type in Michael Birnbaum. So you can put whatever information you want in here, but it's also a good idea to enter in your email, and then click Done. We're going to save this as a preset, so we're going to choose Save As. We're going to give it a name, Copyright for Mike, and push Create. Now what we're going to do is choose Copyright for Mike. And you'll notice all that information is added in here. And later we're going to talk about filtering using copyright. Finally, comments is useful for published services when you're talking and looking at information that's contained there. Well, that concludes our overview of the library modules panels left and right. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.